This is CW Sports.
The Tournament of Champions, a major whose prestige is rivaled only by the challenges it presents. Demanding excellence against the strongest field of the season. Strike after strike, just to stay even. Every roll of the ball changes the story.
Bonta, a perfect 300!
Every open frame invites disaster.
The 10-pin stays up. Boom Kroll is the 2026 Masters champion.
5 men chasing greatness, securing legacy, staking their claim. The best in the world, engaging in battle for one of the sport's most coveted championships.
Yeah!
This is the Tournament of Champions on the CW.
We are watching history being made today in maybe one of the most historic seasons for the PBA Tour. It's Riviera Lanes, just outside Akron, Ohio. Well, 5 athletes seeking the most coveted title in all of bowling, the Tournament of Champions. Jason Belmonte, with the most wins of all time, is looking for his 5th TOC title. Brandon Bonta shocked the world in his first ever TV appearance, running the ladder and rolling a perfect game for the Players' Championship win. Number 3 seed Andrew Anderson has always had his eye on the Hall of Fame, and a win today is the ticket to that invitation. Number 2, Alex Horton is just 22 years old and 2 games away from the biggest win of his life. And Zach Wilkins, in a period of 7 days, could go from relative obscurity to front runner for Player of the Year. Welcome inside Riviera Lanes. Yeah, the fans behind us. He's Kyle Sherman. I'm Rick Allen. How about the storylines we have for today?
Yeah, Rick, we've been blessed all season long with crazy storylines. Week in and week out, we've seen the highest of highs, the lowest of lows. But no one's riding a bigger high than Zach Wilkins right now.
Yeah, and it was 7 days ago exactly when A.J. Chapman, Zach Wilkins at Bayside Bowl go out there and win the Roth Holman Doubles Championship. They both got their first ever title. And yes, that made him eligible for this event, and now he's the number 1 seed here at the Tournament of Champions. Well, speaking of Tournament Champions, no one better than Jason Belmonte, a 4-time winner of this event. The last 2 times he defeated E.J. Tackett right here in this building.
Yeah, it's good to see Belmo on TV again. He's a champion of champions, and he's going to be a problem today on the show. Then we have Brandon Bonta. I mean, what a way to start your PBA Tour career. Running the ladder in style, shooting 300 against 4-time Player of the Year, E.J. Tackett, and what a way to start the 2026 PBA Tour season.
And that's our first match, Brandon Bonta versus Jason Belmonte. Let's hear from both of them. They're standing by with Taryn Hatcher.
Thank you so much, Rick. Well, Belmo, yesterday we talked to you about pursuing that legacy of true greatness. What would it mean to that legacy to you to add a 5th Tournament of Champions title today?
Yeah, I mean, it's a wild thought, but that's what I'm here to do, is to run the ladder. Last time I was on this pair, I had to run the ladder. So I know I'm very capable of doing it, but anytime you walk on to 27 and 28 here in Akron, it's a very special moment. This is a very iconic building, iconic pair. So hopefully Brandon and I give everybody an iconic match.
So the fellow with all the history and now the newcomer trying to add to the early parts of his history. Yesterday you said in order to be the best, you have to beat the best. Belmo said, not Gen Z enough, give us something different. And you said you just have to beat Unk. So what does it take to beat Unk and run the ladder today?
Well, it's going to take a lot of great shots, I would say. Jason's obviously one of the best to ever play this game, and I know that I have to give him my best 10 frames to be able to win this match and hopefully run the ladder. Concerned
at all that you gave him any bulletin board material with the Unk comment yesterday?
No.
Okay, there we go. No concern, Rick. There you go. The man is confident today. Thank you for the time. Good luck.
Thank you.
Guys.
Yeah, and I think when you talk about Jason Belmonte versus Brandon Bonta, I don't think you're giving any kind of locker room talk or bulletin board talk to Jason Belmonte. He's one of the best. Let's hear from the two. They're going to introduce themselves.
Earlier this season, you saw me take home the PBA Players Championship where I shot 300 and won my very first title. And today, I will be taking home my second ever title at the Tournament of Champions because it is a young man's league, and I'm Brandon Bonta.
G'day, I'm Jason Belmonte. I'm going for my 5th Tournament of Champions win, my 3rd here at AMF Riviera. I'm looking forward to getting out there, throwing a few strikes.
And the higher seed gets to decide who goes first. Brandon Bonta is the higher seed. He said, Jason, age before beauty. First ball of the 2026 Tournament of Champions, a strike for Belmo.
Yeah, you expect nothing less out of Belmo here. It's so good to see him back on TV, the king of the majors. And what an opening shot for him. Putting a little bit of pressure on Brandon. Now, I'm so excited to see Brandon bowl again. The last time he was on TV, everything went his way. Unprecedented stepladder match. But today, Tournament of Champions. Let's see how the kid starts.
The light in the pocket, and he's going to leave the 2-pin. So the 23-year-old will look to start off with a spare. In all of qualifying and the match play, he never missed a single pin. He was perfect throughout all of the games. So we would expect him to be able to take care of the 2-pin fairly confidently. Left it 8 times during the week. And sure enough, he gets it. a little extra stretch there. And Eric Jones, part of the 5 there. He was a little surprised with the excitement of that little move. Well, if any of the pros on today's show bowl a perfect game, everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling courtesy of Go Bowling. To pre-register, go to gobowling.com and sign up for the Go Bowling Free America promotion. So now Bonta coming back for his first time on the left lane.
Oh, God.
And Brooklyn, he'll take the strike, though.
What a break.
Yeah, we always used to say it doesn't matter whatever it says on the scorecard is what it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, he'll take that, but he's going to walk away. Obviously not exactly happy with this shot. Left off his hand the whole way, but what a fortuitous break to start the match here.
Yep, we'll take that one. Such a difference from a week ago in Bayside when it was so loud and there was chanting before every bowler got up to bowl. And now you could hear a pin drop when Jason Belmonte got ready to throw there. Want to take a look at the In the Bag, brought to you by Storm, the standard for those who demand the best. We are the Bowlers Company.
Jason throwing a Viking. This is an asymmetrical ball, shinier. And this lane service in particular hooks a lot. So you're going to see the players throwing some weaker balls, some shinier cover stocks to get the ball down the lane because there's a lot of friction.
We saw the number 9.5 as far as hook for this ball. More or less hook with that ball?
Yeah, more hook with this ball. As the match progresses, Jason will ball down to bowling balls that don't hook as much.
3-6. Hard on the head pin there and leaves the 3-6.
And you can see this ball really take off, leaving the 3-6. It's a very aggressive ball. When it decides to make its move, it really goes left. A little too much for Jason there. And you're going to see on this pair today, 27-8, we've seen it time and time again. Both lanes play completely different. Left lane typically hooks more. Right lane a little less. It's always been that way. That's what the players are going to have to combat today on this historic pair.
3-6 pickup for Belmo. Didn't think he was going to miss it. He had it twice during the week. Actually did miss it one time. And now Brandon has an opening here as we look at his arsenal.
Yeah, Brandon electing to go with the IQ Tour AI. Again, a weaker symmetrical ball, shiny. And you can see these players throwing weaker bowling balls to combat the friction on the lanes.
Great strike there for Brandon Bonta, and now he sees the opening. You see the max score for him, 290 to 278 for Belmonte.
This is exactly what Brandon wants to see out of his ball reaction. You want that ball to just float down the lane, set into the pocket just like that. Ball drove through. Great pin action there. He's actually throwing the same ball in both lanes here. This left lane hooks a little bit more. I expect him to be a little deeper on the lane.
I did it again.
And this time he's going to leave the 310.
Yeah, you heard Brandon say, I did it again here after this shot.
And one of the things that I think people really need to appreciate is the talent of these bowlers to realize the second the ball left his hands, he knew it wasn't about to hit the spot that he wanted to hit.
Yeah, he knew he can't get away with it on that lane. He has to float the ball down the lane, leaving a 310 here, makeable.
Hard way?
He did it the hard way. He hit it on the left side of the 3 to take out the 10.
That's 2 breaks now on that lane. Brooklyn the first time up, now picking the 310, not the way he wanted to do it. He knows he's gotten away with a couple shots here. And again, this pattern is tricky. Not only the pattern itself, but this pair of lanes.
Why is it tricky? What is it about the pattern that makes it tricky?
Both lanes play so different that you have to take a different approach to both lanes, and it's hard to repeat.
Belmo on the right lane, and he'll strike it. Want to take a look at our Bull TV highlights. Friday night, Belmo in his final match in the position round. This is to determine who is in the top 5. He faced Santu Tabanainen, and he had a 21-point or pin deficit that he had to overcome. He ended up beating Santu 259 to 196 in that match. Ended up in 5th place on the stepladder by 72 pins over Tabanainen. But it was an amazing match to watch. I was sitting right there behind the wall, and that's one of the greatest things that I have been able to enjoy this whole season, is watching Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, there's so many games of bowling that these guys are bowling, and he didn't like that at all. He Brooklyn this one and leaves the 6-pin.
Yeah, you see these players struggling to trust it on this left lane. They know it hooks a little bit more. They know the ball doesn't get down the lane as easy on 28. That's in the back of their mind. So they try to overcompensate, and again, just missing left there. Belmo looking to stay clean here.
And one of the things Belmo told us when we talked to him as he picks up that spare is that he likes when a pattern is harder. He wants it to be a challenge because he thinks he's better than others as far as being able to read the transition, be able to make the changes that need to be made, and grind it out to get the best score.
Yeah, Belmo's always been a grinder. And look, today, that's exactly what this championship pair is setting up to be. Hard, you have to make adjustments on the fly, you have to stay ahead of the transition. Now Brandon looking to stay dialed in on this right lane.
Belmo gave him an opening with that spare. And Bonta on the right lane strikes. And now, can this 23-year-old do it again? Remember the start of the season, he took out E.J. Tackett to win the Players' Championship. Can he take out in this first match the winningest major winner in all of PBA history, Jason Belmonte?
Man, oh man.
Straight on the head pin again. 3-6-10 is left for Brandon Bonta.
And this what makes this building in particular, not just this pair, but the whole building. Pair to pair is tricky, lane to lane is tricky. And you see these bowlers struggling right now to get the ball to the right on this left lane. Whoever figures that out right now is going to have success.
This scenario is exactly what Brandon Bonta was talking to us about yesterday. He said, if when we go to commercial break, I have a frame that maybe isn't my best frame, I've got my best friends sitting over here, so that this 2 to 2.5 minute break, I could talk to them to kind of regroup. It's Belmo versus Bonta, match number 1. We're halfway. The PBA on the CW is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. Quote today at progressive.com. And by Tajín, a unique blend of mild chili peppers, lime, and sea salt. What's your way to Tajín it? And this being the rubber capital of the world, that is the rubber worker statue out there as we come inside of Riviera Lanes. And again, the oil pattern is the Don Johnson 40, and that is because back here in 1970, he struck on the first 9 balls, needed a mark in the 10th frame, and then he rolled 2 strikes, and his 12th strike, he thought he was going to strike again for a perfect 300. No, he ring 10s, and so Don Johnson bowls a 299, still winning against Dick Ritker's 268 that he rolled. Let's talk a little bit about this pattern.
Yeah, this week, again, the 40-foot Don Johnson oil pattern, one of the trickier patterns that we've seen. And so far in the telecast, you can tell that, guys, typically we're starting around the second air with the urethane, trying to control the lane, and then jumping in between 4th and 5th arrow, throwing big hook, big angles. And you can see today, players already starting pretty far left, throwing the big hook, not playing to the right, because this pair just hooking a little bit more today than we've seen all week.
All right, Kyle, who does this have an advantage? Is it Bonta or is it Belmonte as far as this difficulty that we're seeing here, and almost a 7-10 split, he leads the 7th?
Yeah, advantage, it's going to go to whoever can figure out this left lane. You see the players on the right lane have control of the pocket. We see this one, Belmo coming up, ball just doesn't quite face up to the pocket well enough, kind of getting a break there, almost leaving a 7-10, just leaving the 7-pin. And that one hurts because you know that's your good lane, you know you want to strike on it every time you step up.
Belmo was introduced as the GOAT here, and one of the reasons for that is his major championships. He is 5 ahead right now of second and Earl Anthony, but Taryn, that might not be enough for him.
No, absolutely not. We talked to him yesterday about his personal goals, and among them, the 20 major titles was on there. And he made an interesting reference. He said, you know, when you talk about greatest of all times in hockey, people say Wayne Gretzky. It's just the first name that comes to mind, and there is no debate about it. And then when you look at the NBA, for example, there's the conversation of LeBron versus Michael Jordan. Very fitting that we're in Akron, and he brings that up. And he said, I want to be Gretzky, and there's a certain burden that comes with being the Gretzky. As soon as you fall off, people hold you to a higher expectation, or if you're not competing the way you want to, there's really no wiggle room for failure when you're discussing someone who's trying to achieve that level of success. But he said, I want to be unanimous the way people talk about Wayne Gretzky being the great one.
Great shot.
He liked it the second it left his hands. And you said the guy who can figure out that left lane has the advantage. Well, Belmo strikes on the left.
Yeah, it's a great sign for Belmo. You know, bowling's all about solving a puzzle. Right now, the right lane, they kind of have it figured out. The left lane is the puzzle. And that one off Jason's hand, he knew it was going to strike. Looked like he was a little more up the back, a little more forward, as we like to call it. Great shot out of him. Now Bonta looking to step up here on his good lane in the 7th.
And Bonta, the front runner for Rookie of the Year. 3 rookies have already won this year.
Get off it.
That one light in the pocket, and he's going to leave the 2-pin.
Yeah, this shot just a little wide down lane. You heard him say get off of it. He knew it was a little right, and he was just hoping it was going to find some friction, get up to the pocket. It almost did, but just leaving the 2-pin here, stayed out of trouble. Not the worst result.
Getting perfect all week with the single pins, and he stays perfect today. It's been the left lane that has been the problem for Brandon Bonta, and he's going to ask for a re-rack. And while he's doing that, let's take a look already at the 3 times he's been over here.
Yeah, you can see he just didn't trust it. Went Brooklyn, fortunate. Then he leaves the 310. then goes high again in the 3-6-10. When a lane, when you know it doesn't have hold, a little doubt starts to creep in, and then your projection doesn't get as good. So now I'm really interested to see what the move for Brandon is going to be. He might throw it a little bit harder, or he might move left. I think those are the two options he's weighing in his head right now. Let's see what he does.
A lot better there for Brandon Bonta on the left lane, as he will also strike. But now Bonta is in a little bit of a hole here. He's 10 pins behind.
A great shot for Brandon right here. Looked like he just amped up his ball speed a little bit, which made the ball project down the lane just a little bit more, but just enough to get to the pocket. That's a great sign for him.
Now Belmo here in the 8th and 9th.
Oh, great shot.
He's calling it. Well, he did step into the booth with us about 2 weeks ago, so maybe he's doing a little play-by-play. And this tournament is all about champions. We saw Anthony Simon. He finished 7th in this event. E.J. Tackett was 8th. He was fighting to get into that top 5. Kyle Troop, he finishes 15th in this event. And U.S. Open champion Patrick Dombrowski, he finished 22nd. So the big names of the 2026 season, that's where they finished. You see other finishers. We've seen Chris Vi a few times. Tim Foy. Marshall Kent, a winner already this year. He was 16th. And another strike for Belmo. 531 on the rev rate. He is heating things up with that bowling ball.
Yeah, this is a great sign for Belmo, not for Bonta. Those are the type of quality shots we're used to seeing Jason throw. And he loves it. I mean, if you don't think Belmo wants to win more than anything, especially after not making TV for a little bit, you can see his passion there coming out. And Brandon looking to stay in this thing.
And he'll strike on the right lane. You mentioned it, looking to stay in it. He's 10 pins back and has to do everything in his abilities to stay close to Belmo if there is an opening. So now to put the pressure on him here in the 10th, we'll see what Bonta does. Eye on that head pin, and he's going to leave the 4.
And this was a pretty good shot for Brandon. Almost identical, just a touch slower with the ball speed. And maybe this was a little transition too he was seeing, but it was just enough to creep up high, leaving the 4 pin. And that look right there, he knew that he needed to throw all 3 in the 10th to force Jason to show up. Now looking to stay clean.
CJ Petrin there, watching on. Ellie Drescher, the girlfriend of Brandon Bonta, here as well. So a spare strike puts him at 226.
216.
Oh, I'm sorry, 216. Yes, I was already doing the math. I wasn't looking at math. But yeah, 216 with a strike. And that one light in the pocket, and he'll get 7 pins. So he will end up with 213. And that means 9 pins is all Belmo will need here in the 10th to close out Bonta. These bowlers get 2 re-racks and then a timeout if they need it. And we saw Belmonte take a re-rack earlier.
Great shots.
9 pins. He'll get all 10. And Belmonte will advance out of match 1.
What a shot for Belmonte. He is looking comfortable. He is looking dangerous. And like he's telling us, these are great shots. Keeping his hand right up the back of it. And he got better as this game went. And he's seeing the lane great right now.
There's a focus in the eyes of Jason Belmonte, a 4-time TOC champion. Second strike in the 10th. We know he is advancing. He will now face Andrew Anderson in the second match. Again, Andrew Anderson looking for another major win. He's got one already under his belt. Can he get his second today? He's going up against maybe the greatest of all time. That match is next. It is the 20th anniversary of 2006, and that is where, at the Tournament of Champions at a Mohegan Sun Arena, Chris Barnes faced up against Steve Jaros in the championship match. And Barney, he went and defeated Jaros 234-227. That was his 7th career PBA title and 2nd career major. And so why not have Barnesy join us on the set? Chris Barnes is with us today. And actually, it's a monumental day for you. And there was a ceremony that took place a little bit earlier. You made the announcement that you're stepping away from full-time bowling, and you called it the Young Kids League.
It is the Kids League. Every generation gets a little better. Every era gets more powerful and more versatile. And when I came on tour, I was in the top 10 in rev rate. Now I'm in the bottom 10.
Well, it was interesting and very emotional. Tom Clark, the commissioner of the PBA, gave you your band. And I thought that was really cool. It's been hanging here, he said, for a long, long time. But how was that event for you?
I didn't expect it. I didn't know it was coming. So it was emotional. I made eye contact with Ryan at some point in the middle of that. I had a little tough time holding it together. So,
when you have a career that you have had, 19 tour titles, you're in the Hall of Fame. Now you're going to focus on the PBA 50 Tour, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm going to bowl mostly on the PBA 50 Tour. It's bittersweet in some ways to step away, but I got nothing but I'm just very grateful for all the time I've had out here. I have a million good memories and travels around the world, and now I got to compete with both my wife and my son at a professional level. It's been a dream come true.
Okay, so we want to take a look at the schedule as you have, obviously, events still to bowl in front of you. You can't just retire. You've got a lot still to go. We have the PBA World Series of Bowling taking place, and that is now going to be on CBS Sports, so make sure to tune into that. The Cheetah Championship, the Chameleon Championship, Scorpion and Shark, all a part of the World Series of Bowling. And then also, there are going to be 4 events of the PBA 50 Tour that will be involved in that coverage each day, and those are those 4 events. Now, which one you're going to be in those events?
I'm going to be in those events. So, first time in a long time that 50 has been on TV, and really looking forward to it.
Very good.
Chris, I got to think, you got to be front runner for Player of the Year. I mean, you've been sharpening up against the kids all year. Now you get to bowl against the other guys.
These guys rip away your confidence a little bit at the same time, too. John Janowitz, Mika Koivuniemen, Tom Hess. There's been some guys that have been very, and plus you have Tom Doherty's out there, too. So you got Parker, you got Walter still coming back from injury. Lots of guys to watch.
Yeah, they don't just get bad once they turn 50.
No,
right?
And they don't get less competitive either. These guys really want to win, and so there's a lot of intensity going on there, too.
How do you feel about working the rest of the 2 matches coming up?
I can't wait.
All right, we're going to have Chris Barnes. He's going to join us in the booth, and we'll see how Andrew Anderson does against Jason Belmonte. That is match number 2. It is coming up next right here on the CW. Well, I mentioned the crowd at Bayside was pretty raucous. DJ Quaddy has got them He's got him jamming here inside Riviera Lanes, and the fans are enjoying it. And of course, they're enjoying this matchup right here as Jason Belmonte will now take on Andrew Anderson. That is match number 2. Let's have Andrew introduce himself.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrew Anderson from Holly, Michigan. Bowling 27 years. Somehow I am one of the unks on the show. Been called it a few times this week. But yeah, I'm going to take that experience into the TOC show and try to win my second major.
And again, a reminder, we've got another unk sitting next to us in Chris Barnes. Can I call you unk? I think if you're unk, I've got to be like grandpa or something, right?
You called me worse, so I'll take it.
I'm staying out of this.
Andrew has chosen to start off on that left lane, and he strikes to set the pace.
Yeah, Chris, it's good to have you in the booth joining us. And before we kind of get started, I just have to say, thank you for everything you've done for bowling. You have been such a professional. You have showed us players coming up how to be a professional, how to bowl. You taught a lot of us how to bowl. I mean, I remember going to league when I was a kid doing the Chris Barnes little wiggle and trying to bowl like you. So just thank you for everything that you've done, man.
It's nice of you to say. I appreciate it.
Oh, Belmo, a tough leave here.
Wrong one? No.
He leaves 2-8-10.
I think he's a little surprised there. He even said, did I grab the wrong one? This ball on the tight lane, not quite getting up to the pocket, 2-8-10. What'd you see on that shot, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, based off of practice, I'm going to assume he probably moved a little bit left. That's his standard MO to get away from the practice shots that happened in front of him. But that got to a pretty good spot on the lane, did not actually get back to the pocket. At the speed he's throwing it right now, it's legitimate that maybe because he has 2 of them down there on the rack.
Yeah, look, and that's the lane that if you get it right, if you don't quite catch it as much, that's the lane where it's not going to come back as much. But this lane 27 was the tricky lane on our first match. Belmo seemed to have figured it out. I thought he was starting to roll it a little bit more, not getting around it as much. That was kind of his success, key to success on this lane.
Hey, you and I have talked about this too, but this left lane for 50 years has always hooked more. I've never had it less than hooking 2 more. And it looks like he made the same step on both lanes.
That was a better shot too.
And what I'm wondering, we're using Glide oil this week, and I feel like Glide tends to travel a little bit, no matter, not just with urethane, but even with reactive. With both guys playing in, I'm wondering if there's been a little bit of carry down out into his break point.
Yeah, you never want to come off 2 shots thinking they were okay and going split. Now this one, more makeable than the 2-8-10. Just leaving the 2-10, looking to hit the left side of the 2-pin, slide it over into the 10.
Had it 3 times in qualifying, was able to pick it up once. He goes and just takes out that 2-pin. And so 2 open frames for Belmonte to start this second match.
And if you're Andrew here sitting on the bench, I mean, you can't really believe your eyes. You know you're going against Belmo. He finished with the back 6 last game, but then he goes open to start.
It's almost as shocking as them shooting 240 based off the practice that we watched before. I wouldn't have guessed that anything over 215 was plenty. It was not.
Yeah, we see Andrew throwing an Ion Pro Solid, a ball that's not a ball he had a lot of success with last year. Brought it to this tournament, had a lot of success this week with it, and it's showing, starting off with a double on this tricky pair.
And he's already asking for a re-rack. Is that surprising this early in the match, or is maybe this a little gamesmanship to make Belmo think about his 2 open frames for a little while longer?
Well, I think it's super important too, because he can capitalize on the 2 opens. This is really a chance to put the hammer on him early and get up 40 pins.
Yeah, and looks like Andrew throwing a different ball in this left lane. So we talked about how different they are. He's combating it by throwing a different ball. This is a harsh reality pearl. Pin down. It's going to get down the lane a little bit better. See if he can strike on this lane 27.
Pick up.
Oh, maybe a little early.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's a misread.
He said it a little too loud.
Yeah,
the ball had ears, that's for sure.
He missed the head pin.
Well, you heard him say halfway down, I thought I was going to miss the head pin. Yeah. And it bounced off that spot. Good news, bad news. Now he knows it's going to hook. He can probably move 2 or 3 left with his feet and create a little bit of hold. Well, now twice today we've seen.
Yeah, second time.
He was able to pick up that 310 split twice in qualifying earlier this week, and he gets it for a third time. If you want to get the stats the pros are using, download the Lane Talk app, and you can see how your game stacks up against the best. It was interesting. I was watching the match play, and the gentleman from Lane Talk was looking over my shoulder as I was looking at Lane Talk, and he said, "That's me." I said, "Oh, that's pretty cool. Thank you. I appreciate Lane Talk." And a big strike there.
Okay, so big strategy adjustment for Belmo there. Changing balls to a journey, symmetrical, cleaner ball. Also making a move right there.
Yeah.
With the 18 at the arrows.
Paralleled everything to the right. Not going to play down lane reaction. Just decided to use that spot that went light last time and use it as hold with this journey. It's been a week that guys have dug into their archives a little bit. A place we bowl traditionally. It's one of the few that we bowled on in the last few years, and they've dug out some of the same balls that have had success here in the past.
Yeah, and it's no surprise. Belmo, a guy that has all the tricks, making the show today. Let's see if he can capitalize on this left lane.
And very light, just barely grazing the head pin. And split 6, leaves the 2-4-6-10.
That's almost shocking after watching Andrew last time, thinking he's going to miss the head pin right, and it overhooks.
I agree. This is about the spot that you want to get the ball to. I thought it was going to come off of it, but first time Belmo has left this all week. Now he's a couple early opens, a chance for another open here. He really needs to pick this one.
Can he get it? No, he's only going to get 2-4. So another open for Belmo.
Where did that spot?
All right, tomorrow on the CW. Sullivan's Crossing is back with an all-new episode. The love triangle is in full swing. Unexpected friendships are forming, and the story is just getting started. Don't miss it tomorrow at 8/7 Central right here on the CW. And Brooklyn strike for Andrew Anderson. Taryn.
Yeah, it was interesting to see Andrew's feedback out loud, that last frame where he seemed like he was almost a little bit more lighthearted than we've seen Andrew when we've talked to him over the past few weeks. And I talked to him yesterday about where he's at mentally, and he said, "I'm somebody who deals with anxiety as bad as anybody I know, and it's kind of just built and built and built over the past few weeks where I'm missing shows by a few pins here and there, less than 10 pins over and over and over again, and it just hit a boiling point. It boiled over, and then something about this week, it was just like too much to deal with. And so I just let it all go. And he said he feels really good. He feels like he released some of that coming in to today."
And he leaves the 10 pin here. And with Andrew, one of the things that he brings here, though, is confidence. Of the 8 Tournament of Champions that he's been to, he's made 4 shows. So he has a confidence of bowling well when he gets here to Riviera Lanes.
Yeah, Andrew, another player, has all the tools to battle what Riviera demands of you. The pairs are tricky, the lanes are tricky. You have to be able to adjust. You have to have a lot of tricks. Andrew has them, so it's no surprise that he's on the show, but hasn't gotten it done yet on this pair.
Two guys with an enormous toolbox of options at their disposal. And you can see by the graphic that he made a giant move on that left lane. That was 3 or 4 boards left with his feet.
Belmo on the right lane.
Shot.
He thinks it's good.
Oh, come on.
Ring 10.
Not enough. Not learn to deal with that. Great shot.
Yeah, he's basically telling himself there, it's hard enough to get to the pocket now. I don't need to deal with carry issues on top of that. As you see the 6 wrap right around the 10 there. Great shot for Belmo. And now throwing his spare ball. We've seen him throw his urethane ball a lot at spares this week. I think he was having trouble gripping his spare ball.
With his offhand, right?
With his offhand, so that's why you see him throwing the urethane at some more spares, but needing to go straight at this, going with the plastic.
This oil's a little bit
We got a spare.
slimier, for lack of a better term, and so the two-handers, with that opposite hand and on things like plastic and even some of the urethanes where it really accumulates on the surface, it makes it hard for him to hang on to it.
This one. I think we'll be good.
Heard him say, "All right, we got a spare," which coming from Jason Belmo's lips is kind of a little bit surprising.
He'll take a small win right now.
Yeah, hear him say something like that. But Chris, another thing we're hearing Belmonte talk to himself a lot. Is that something that is characteristic of him, or were you a guy that will self-talk?
Yeah, guys like this who have such a high IQ, bowling IQ, he's just verbalizing what he's hearing. Wow, did you see that wiggle?
Yeah, I don't understand. That's the hooking lane, but it's wiggling. He'll take it, though.
And so the advantage goes to Andrew Anderson as we reach the halfway point of this, the second match. Can Andrew Anderson take down the best of all time? Fairlawn, Ohio is now synonymous with the Tournament of Champions. And there's the mayor of Fairlawn. That's Russell Sharnsky. He was here to give the proclamation that it is PBA Bowlers Day, and also a key to the city to Tom Clark. He picked up that spare. I just want to let you guys know he picked up the spare. But loves bowling, loves to see the PBA here at its home in Riviera Lanes. And now you see a lot of circles. Those splits, we've seen quite a few already. More for Belmonte than for Andrew. But now Andrew stepping up in the sixth frame with a considerable lead over Jason Belmonte. And perfectly into the pocket. And Andrew Anderson strikes to keep that lead. The max score is 258 to 214 right now.
One of the hardest shots in bowling is the first shot out of the break. You take that 3-4 minutes off, you get cold, your mind can go to a lot of different places. As Andrew's talked about, he's working through some of his own anxiety issues and a really busy mind as well. It can be really tough to get back in that same mode. That's a huge, huge benefit to come out of the break with a confidence builder.
Andrew, he'll strike.
What a break for the kid there. Little trip four. And a double so big right now, especially when your opponent is going through it like Belmonte is right now. We see Belmonte starting to pay max penalty on both lanes. We saw him throwing the big hook, leaving the 210 combinations on both lanes. Then he tries to move right. We think this ball is going to get up the hill. He thought so too, leaving a split again, paying max penalty. Something he struggled with all week. Just trying to regain pocket control. Did it great there on lane 28.
He's been talking a lot about that all year, and I've been crossing around him a little bit, so I've got to hear a little bit of it. But two things are contributing to that too. He hasn't had as good a ball reaction. Their pattern's a little different this year, so his ball motion at the end of the pattern hasn't been as good, and he has a tremendous amount of entry angle. And when you're missing the pocket with that much entry angle, that combined with not great ball reaction, it's telling you you're not doing quite the right thing. I've always felt like if you're missing the pocket and splitting a lot, it's because you're not doing the right thing.
Right, and in that entry angle, when it's right, when it's working good, oh, you can string some strikes together. But when it's a little off, like you're seeing right now, you're paying max penalty for your misses.
Called for another re-rack, and now here in the eighth. Misses the pocket completely.
That's truly amazing. After watching all of practice and watching Andrew's shot from earlier, this lane doesn't have any issues historically getting back from there. Getting it to that spot's the hard part. He moved to the part of the lane that lets him get it to it. This ball is missing it in that spot. Basically all three shots. It hasn't really come off of it very well.
And he throws the backup ball, and again, an open frame. His fourth open frame.
Yeah, I mean, a complete 180 for Belmonte here. And I thought that was a good shot, too, on lane 27. It's just a completely wrong ball. That's a ball he used all week in his transition periods. But today, how the oil is developing, not the right reaction. Now, Andrew pretty much gifted this first match.
And the messenger takes out the 10. So Andrew Anderson had a really tough decision. Some of his best friends were getting married this weekend. Brad and Shauna Vitus getting married, and Andrew said, well, I have to choose my job over going to the wedding, it was a good choice, obviously, with the way this first game is going.
Yeah, I'd say he had some important stuff to do. And Chris, you can attest to this. The life of a bowler, how many weddings, how many birthday parties. I mean, we're always grinding on the weekend, so it's not uncommon to miss those kind of special events.
No, you miss a lot of them. And Andrew takes an opportunity here to throw something else on this left lane. It's his one practice ball that he's going to get the rest of the way. Throws an equinox in the left lane and gives it a chance to see what's coming. But he's got two killers coming at him that will like to throw a bunch of strikes.
Yeah, he's going to advance out of this one as he gets the spare there in the 9th. And he was pretty excited, too. Obviously, he had to miss the wedding, but he's excited that his grandma is able to be here with him. Verna has come, and she brought her boyfriend, Bob, with her. And so they're here to support Andrew Anderson, as Belmo will Belmo will scratch his head as how is this happening the way it's happening. He strikes in the 9th. Again, his max score is 175, and you already see that Andrew is well over that even in the 8th frame.
The transition game is the hardest part of the PBA Tour, which normally is between game 2 and 3, but because of the extra practice for TV, it happens between games 1 and 2. Now you see Alex Horton over there throwing practice shots, getting warmed up. Got one of the coolest strike balls on tour. Yeah. And his ball makes some cool looking tricks in the back of the lane.
That was the 2 and the 1 seed warming up in some parallel lanes. As we see the strike there to start the 10th, but it was Brooklyn. So it's just not happening the way Belmo thought it was going to in this match against Andrew Anderson. Anderson is now advancing. He moves up 1 rung, and he will take on Alex Horton, the 22-year-old, in his first TV appearance. And that is the 3rd match of the day, and it is coming up here in just a moment on the CW. And so match 2 is decided. It's Andrew Anderson who makes the move. He will take on the young Alex Horton when we return. And welcome to the Go Bowling halftime show as we look back to last year when number 2 seed E.J. Tackett defeated number 1 seed Jason Belmonte in the World Series of Bowling. That begins in 2 weeks on Saturday, May 9th on the CBS Sports Network with 4 days and 20 hours of coverage. And once again, we have Hall of Famer Chris Barnes with us alongside Kyle Sherman, Rick Allen with you at the halfway point of this one. So now as we look forward to the next match, Andrew Anderson is moving on. He's taking on a 22-year-old rookie who said he wasn't even going to come out onto the PBA Tour until he saw Brandon Bonta win in the first event of the year. How about that story?
Yeah, I mean, inspiration comes in a lot of different packages, but I've seen this young man compete in college against Ryan and Bonta, and he has one of the best strike balls in the collegiate circuit, and so far it's looking like it translates well out to this tour.
Yeah, I mean, the rookies this year have been sensational, unprecedented. I mean, I keep thinking experience is going to win, but they've showed us otherwise. So I'm just excited to watch the kid today.
3 rookies have already won this season. Could Alex Horton be number 4? He's actually standing by with Taryn.
Thank you so much. All right, Alex, so I know you couldn't hear it, but Chris Barnes just said you have one of the best strike balls that he's seen when he watched you bowl in college. I mean, how much confidence does it come from a guy who was just honored as a legend out here to have that vote of confidence before you head into this massive competition right now?
Yeah, that means a lot, you know, to be out here competing with the best guys in the world. It truly does mean a lot, and to have Chris Barnes say that about me, that really is something special for sure. So.
Now, yesterday when we talked to you, you seemed pretty cool, calm, and collected. It felt like the nerves hadn't hit you yet. How are we feeling now that the lights are on and the cameras are out?
Yeah, definitely anxious and excited, but I know I belong out here, and I want to be out here competing, so I think I'm going to give it my best shot for sure. And
just on that note, what is your mentality coming into this one to try to stay calm and enjoy it? We mentioned, everybody tells us it goes quick for the first time.
Yeah, the first couple of shots are going to be very important for me. Make sure to get my feet under me, execute 2 good shots, and go from there.
Well, I already talked to a few people in the crowd. You have some supporters out here already, Alex, so best of luck to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Rick?
Well, He's in his first television appearance, and he seemed pretty cool, calm, and collected as he's going up against Andrew Anderson to find out if it's 2 games away from the possibility of his first tour title, and it could be a major, a Tournament of Champions. And speaking of champions, we've got a champion in a Daytona 500 champion who likes bowling. Let's hear from Michael McDowell.
Mike McDowell goes bowling. I probably fell in love with bowling as a kid. There was a bowling alley like 2 blocks from my house. The bowling alley was our hangout spot. And we grew up in the 80s, so you would just ride your bike. Favorite bowling alley is always the one closest to you, so New Victory Lanes in Morrisville. Favorite bowler of all time? That's easy. Norm Duke. Him and I threw a bowling ball off the top of the Watkins Glen spotter stand together. Have you ever picked up a 7-10 split? I have. It was by far the highlight of my bowling career. Ricocheted off the top, around the side, out of the gutter, and hit number 10. Hall of Fame shot. The ball weight is super critical to your game. I start out high and I start to lower it as I go. Probably why my highest score is like a 160. Not very good at bowling, but I still enjoy it. Favorite bowling movie? I think there's only one bowling movie, right? Am I wrong? I think it's just The Big Lebowski, right? I don't know if there's any other bowling movies. That would have to be it. That's the only one I know of.
I'm going to have to talk to him about that. Kingpin, obviously, is another one of the greats. And, by the way, he goes faster in a race car than he scored as far as pins. He goes over 200 miles an hour. How about Alex Horton taking on Andrew Anderson? That match is next right here. We have a 30-year-old going against a 22-year-old, and DJ Quaddy can entertain all of them. It doesn't matter your age here. The fans are enjoying some of the music as we have been away at break before match number 3. Andrew Anderson against Alex Horton. Let's have Alex introduce himself.
What's up, guys? I'm Alex Horton here, another rookie from Douglasville, Pennsylvania. I'm just trying to make history this week at the PBA Tournament of Champions.
And history could definitely be made. We've already had more rookies win this year than ever in the history of the PBA with 3. He could make it 4.
It's been an incredible year from that standpoint. There's been a lot of years with great rookies, but for them to capitalize and with the composure that some of those guys have, it's been truly inspirational.
He's the higher seed, and he has chosen to go first on that left lane, and it works out well.
You know, I was wondering about this, Chris. Alex has one of the best strike balls, but also this trick he has with the urethane ball. He can do that. He can throw a urethane ball better than most. He did it really well this week, and he's electing to do it now. And I think when the pair being so tricky as it is, that's going to keep him out of trouble.
Do you hear it? All right.
Andrew knows more about this pair because he just won on it against Jason Belmonte. And his first ball is a strike.
You can see Andrew really deep on the lane here, has really migrated left around 24, 25 at the arrows, seeing that ball pick up, driving through the pins perfectly. That's given him a ton of confidence on that right lane.
Not my strike zone.
Just clarifying.
So these bowlers, by the way, they choose strike song. So they're able to tell the DJ, hey, when I throw a strike, if you'd play this song, or this song, that would be great. Well, we just heard him say, that's not my strike song.
He's not owning that one.
That isn't mine. Does it affect him? No, it doesn't.
I would have to think he had a little bit of concern about the urethane going down there, creating some carry down into his break point, and whether his ball would come back off the spot like it did at the end of last game. You see it struggle right there, but it was enough.
Yeah,
so now he'll probably just get a little slower off that.
And I think there's a way that urethane has the potential to help him have a little bit of hold if he uses it correctly. And you can see Alex here throwing the black pearl urethane, weakest ball he has. He sees the lanes are tricky. He's opting for control.
He'll leave the 10-pin.
So I wondered, we were down at the desk, so we couldn't see how it practice looked like. I wondered if he was going to throw reactive on the right lane as well, or if he was going to go back and forth. Obviously, it's easier to repeat more or less the same motion on both lanes versus maybe playing 25 on one lane and 12 on the other.
10-pin staying up for Alex Horton. It happened 36 times in qualifying and match play. He converted it 33 times. Now 34. Well, Alex Horton, he may be an unfamiliar name right now in the PBA Tour, but not collegiately. He went up against #2 Wichita State, the Shockers against Indiana Tech, the Warriors. And the Warriors actually, as a teenager, Alex Horton, a sophomore, they defeated Wichita State and took the collegiate event there. We saw your son in that.
I was in the crowd. That was the first time I'd seen Alex bowl, and he caught my eye then, and he's done nothing but get better since then.
And a big strike there on the left lane for Alex Horton.
It's not perfect ball reaction, but his ability to make the urethane ball hook at this stage has made it to where he can control the pocket. And as we saw with Belmonte last game, there was a lot of highly intentional shots there that missed the headpin. And so he's opted to give himself a chance.
Andrew light in the pocket is going to leave the 2-8.
Yeah, what Belmo did last game is a great representation of how hard these lanes are, because it's not just about execution. You have to have execution mixed with the right game plan, the right ball speed. You have to be making the right decisions and throw it really good. Belmo only had half the equation last game, thus you saw all the splits. Andrew here coming a little light on this tight lane, leaving a 2-8. This is tricky spare on this 40-foot Don Johnson pattern.
He picked it up 3 out of 3 times in qualifying and match play, and he does it here again. Well, your favorite board game is now your favorite game show. Don't miss an all-new Trivial Pursuit hosted by LeVar Burton. That's Thursday at 9/8 Central right here on the CW. Andrew now 2 pins back of Alex Horton as we look at the max scores. Light in the pocket again, but he will end up getting the 8-pin to fall.
Little bucket crumbler there. You can see his ball struggling to make up the hill. It's not getting around the corner like it did there in the middle of that last game. He's going to have to make a move with either speed. He could move to the right, but the early hook on that left lane will probably stop him from wanting to make that move.
Yeah, you can see him trying to loft it a little bit to combat that early hook. It's not convincing. He'll take it, and you can better believe he's sitting on the bench right now thinking, okay, how can I have a little bit better ball reaction?
You see that number 17 and 7 in match play. The 22-year-old was the best in match play. He's not going to get the 10 to come down, but that was a close one for Alex Horton.
Yeah, it looked like he hit up on this ball a little bit more, causing it to dig into the lane, go high. Not as great a projection as he had the other shot on this lane. Just leaving the 10-pin, pretty fortunate here. Trying to stay clean through 4.
I'm impressed with his composure. I mean, we've talked about first time on television, under the lights, crowds around you. You can't feel your legs for a few frames. It seems as though Alex Horton has been pretty calm and cool. Obviously, a couple 10-pins that have stayed up. A little difficult for him as we look back on Friday night. And in match play, when he went up against Zach Wilkins, they actually split in match play. In the position round, he was not able to get past Zach, so he held on for that second seed. But so impressive in a 17 and 7 record. Maybe the reason he has such great composure is because of the guys that are in his corner. That's Wes Malott, Parker Bohm the third, those two guys have been working with him. Wes Malott when he was at Indiana Tech, and Parker Bone really since he was a little kid. And we talked to Parker before the event today, and I said, what did you tell him? Because I said, be yourself. Be yourself.
Yeah, Parker told us, he's bowled on TV, but he hasn't bowled on TV with a tournament that has PBA in front of it. And as you know, Chris, that's a way different feeling than anything else. And he has started off great through these first 5 frames.
Come on, man.
Brooklyn strike.
But a great break there, and it's for a double on top of it. Increases his lead.
Yeah, when they're tricky like that, doubles are hard to come by. That break is even more massive than normal.
Well, we've seen twice now. We've seen a ball come up light, and Alex first left the flat 10. He hits up on it to try and make it strike there, makes it hook 4 or 5 feet soon. Basically, Andrew does the same thing. The last one went by it for the 2-8 over there, made sure it picked up, made it pick up a panel too early, about 6 feet too early. Subtle differences make huge
picture. Get there.
Result differences.
And that was light in the pocket as well. He leaves the 2-8.
Like that one.
You say he liked that one and almost leaving the 2-8. The shot before this one, I think he rotated his hand around it just a little bit more, trying to get the ball to come off the spot a little harder. Instead, it gets a little further down the lane. So the adjustment just wasn't quite right. And again, Chris, and this 2-8 pair, not a gimme when they're tricky like this.
Yeah, the distance it gets started means everything. Gets too long, gets the 8 only. Gets started early. Great execution. Making that might be harder than striking.
Yes, absolutely.
He's perfect so far this week at picking up 2 8s. And right now, it is a great battle here in the 3rd match between Alex Horton and Andrew Anderson. It's Alex Horton's turn as he will come out in the 6th frame here. As we see the scorecard there, and minus 16 for Horton. 260, the max for Horton right now. So he has that 4-pin advantage over Anderson as he gets ready to come out of commercial break for his first time ever on the PBA Tour. And how does he do? He strikes.
Huge strike there.
All right, let's hear from a very inspirational Parker Bone III is with Terry.
Yeah, it must be nice for Alex to have a guy who's a Hall of Famer as someone he also is called a father figure who was very instrumental in helping him come up, not just in the sport, but in life. He's friends with your son, Brandon. What is it like for you to be able to sit right behind Alex and watch him compete today?
He's like our adopted son. He really is. Sit next to his dad. We can reminisce about memories, but to think what happened for all those years prior to, and now he's on, my opinion, the biggest stage in bowling, the PBA Tour and the Tournament of Champions. It's incredible.
Well, and to that end, Alex's journey, as I believe you just struck again based on the crowd reaction, Alex's journey to get here today, to win a regional, a PTQ that is very hard, and then to make it all the way through that. I mean, can you try to articulate to people who don't understand just how difficult a marathon like that is for someone?
He's actually won 4 or 5 different events all within a short time frame to get here. You have to win a PBA tournament of some nature to be even qualified for this field. Then you have to win your way through the PTQ. Then you get the really good superstars on the floor, and I know exactly all of them. They're going to go out there and give their best, and you still have to bring your A game to the table. To still immerse through all of that and be here in the top 5, now bowling a semifinal match, is just absolutely overwhelming.
And fighting the nerves to boot. Luckily, like we said, he has a guy like Parker in his corner. Thank you for the time, and thank you for everything you've done for Alex. He really sings your praises, so thank you so much.
It's awesome. I'm looking forward to not only this, but the title match.
There we go. Rick, back to you.
A lot of wisdom right there as too high on the head pin there for Andrew Anderson, and he's going to leave the 3-6-10.
And that looked like a ball change there for Andrew on the left lane. And we were interested to see what decision he was going to make. He threw a couple good shots. Last shot, getting it to the spot, didn't come off of it. Tried a different ball. That one just reacted a little too much for him.
Yeah, went with the bigger earlier ball. Went to one that's a little bit cleaner, trying to get it to the spot, hopefully saving some energy and getting off of it. It did come off of it, but probably just a little bit inside of the target where he needs to be with that ball.
Definitely a big opening now for Alex. Let's see if he can capitalize on it here in the 8th.
I love Alex's reaction right now. It's simple, it's up the lane, it allows him to be aggressive, and when you're in pressure shots right now and you can be aggressive, that's a great spot to be in.
Andrew struggling to figure out what's happening with his game, and light in the pocket there for Alex, and he's going to leave the 2-pin.
And so worth our crack staff here. Looking at the numbers, his move on this right lane was to actually just get slower and move left a little bit. So it looked like he made a 2-and-1. Worked last time. That time, it was only like 0.1 faster, so it just got by it a little bit. A little too much angle through the front. It didn't hook as much early, and it's just the trickier lane. I think with your thing, that's the trickier lane.
Only left the 2-pin 4 times in qualifying and match play. Picked it up all 4 times, and now for a 5th. As we take a look and compare the players.
Yeah, we're laughing because look how different the players are playing. Andrew, 27 at the arrows. Alex, 12, but both getting into the same spot down the lane. And Chris, this is funny. I mean, the high rev players playing straight up the lane, the lower rev players playing left, hooking the whole lane.
We are in the upside down. The two-handers right, the thumbers left. But
it's working for Alex early in this match, but it's still tight here.
Yeah, very
3-pin advantage.
Huge frame. Got to set it up here.
Wow. And a big strike there for Alex Horton.
Wow, not looking like his first time on a PBA telecast right there. The young Alex stepping up in the 9th, coming up huge.
Foundation frame, and big for Alex Horton. Now Andrew Anderson to put the pressure on and to see who will face Zach Wilkins, the #1 seed. He has got to throw a strike here in the 9th. He does.
Fantastic shot right there. Good rhythm, good motion. It's so hard to hook it that much and also be softer with your hand so it doesn't hook as soon as it hits the lane. This is the Andrew, the prototypical thing that we see during the week. And it's so hard to do when your adrenaline is flying like it is on TV. Now the next challenge is he's got to make a move with a ball that he has not struck with yet. Commit 100% and execute and be right.
He'll finish up on the left lane. This is 10th frame. And he leaves the 4-pin.
No.
And you can hear him saying no there. He knows how big that shot was. And honestly, this was a good shot considering the circumstances. He's uncomfortable. He's not sure of his ball reaction. He commits the best he can, just coming up a little high, leaving the 4-pin.
And that's where those shots that 2-pinned earlier stop him from throwing it to the spot he really wants to. He would like to be able to get it to 8 down lane. He can't get it there because it's 2-8'd. He doesn't know if this ball's going to make it off of it. So he makes the parallel move in, keeps it on the 3-pin, and it just tips too hard at the back of the lane.
And Andrew hoping to fill 10 here, but basically Alex just needing a mark to seal this one up.
Max of 216. He's not going to get there as he leaves 4 pins.
He would have needed spare 8 in the 10th. Now he really just needs a mark. Spare 4.
Spare 4 is all Alex Horton will need, and we'll put the pressure on him. This is going to be the frame of the game, brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Alex Horton needs a mark here. Spare and 4 pins to move to the title game in his first ever television appearance. And the messenger will take out the 4. He strikes. That will do it. Alex Horton will now face Zach Wilkins in the title game.
What a hit for the kid here. Needing a mark, comes up a little high, 4-pin, but no worries. Gets the trip out of nowhere, and he knows that was huge.
Andrew knew it as well. And so now he'll finish out the 10th. This will make it official.
Whoa. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Shake it off. You've already won.
That's a little close for comfort, though.
Yeah. His max will be 226 if he picks up this spare. Doesn't need to.
He's going to throw a reactive ball just to get a little test here before the final. Not sure that's going to be the one to make.
Yeah, I think he's sticking with the
Is that confidence? I don't know if that was confidence there that he was able to see with that ball that he practiced with there into the 10th. Coming up next, Alex Horton, the 22-year-old, will take on Zach Wilkins, the 33-year-old. Wilkins won his first tour event 1 week ago. Can he win a major? That is coming up next. The #1 match. And Chris, we appreciate you joining us. Now go enjoy.
All right. Thanks, guys.
And Saturday, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series storms into Texas for a day of high-speed, edge-of-your-seat action. It's wide, it's fast, and it's where bold moves and big moments take center stage. Don't miss a second of pure raw racing from Texas Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, only on the CW. All right. Think about what this title match has in front of us. We have the possibility of a 4th rookie win if Alex Horton wins, or if Zach Wilkins wins, he will be the front runner for Player of the Year. And last week, he got his first tour win.
Yeah, I mean, we have been so blessed with these title matches this year, and the ramifications for these two. Life-changing game for either one. The rookie Alex or Zach having the week of his life. I cannot wait to watch this title match.
Well, it has been an incredible buildup already this season. 9 just unbelievable weeks. As a matter of fact, let's take a look back at how we got to this point. Event of the year, and it's a major. Looking to finish it up with a perfect 300 game. Brandon Bonta, a perfect 300. He strikes. That'll do it. Graham Baugh acknowledging the crowd.
Showing some class there.
Indianapolis hosts some of the biggest sporting events in the world. For the PBA, maybe the most coveted title of them all, the U.S. Open. Pins, and he wins the U.S. Open.
Unbelievable spare and an unbelievable moment for Dombrowski. Simo, man who can do it all, looking to stay with him.
He'll strike again. One more strike, and Simo will get the title. And now he is at 8. 8 tour titles for Marshall Kitt as he hoists that Indiana Classic trophy. All smiles for that man. A strike here at E.J. Tackett. The 10-pin stays up. Boog Kroll is the 2026 Masters champion.
You're the best in the world, man.
Congratulations.
Yes!
Needing a strike right here. That is Spencer Robards, the title winner. Austin Grammer a pin away from a perfect game. But what a start to this young man's career. Well, this center was built with one thing in mind. Rollers having a great time. They've done it. A.J. Chapman, Zach Wilkins have won it.
All right, so Zach Wilkins goes from winning his first title last week to now the #1 seed, trying to battle for your first singles title right now at the Tournament of Champions. How are we feeling?
Feeling pretty good. We got a couple practice shots left, but I really like my look.
I love that when we talked to you, you said one of the parts that you loved about winning last week, you didn't have to deal with the PTQ this week. Now you're going to go up against a guy who won a regional, went through the PTQ all the way here. What do you think about the way you match up with Alex here, what you've seen him do out on these lanes?
Yeah, we've obviously had a couple of matches together earlier this week and last week. He's a great bowler, and we're going to give the crowd what they want.
And finally, how much does having AJ over there, having the confidence of having one, I mean, you could put yourself as the front runner for Player of the Year in 1 week right now. How much does that confidence all at once help you give you a little boost right now?
Yeah, it's just having the support system behind you, trusting the process, and keeping the same routine.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to that routine. Thank you and good luck. Rick, back to you.
I appreciate it, Taryn. All right, Kyle, quickly, who do you think is going to be the favorite here?
God, that's so tough. Someone's going to be a major champion today, and I'm just excited to see who can step up. I'm not calling any. I just want to enjoy it. I'm not calling it. I just want to enjoy it.
Okay. Will it be Zach Wilkins or will it be Alex Horton? We are about to find out. The championship match is next right here on the CW.
This is where it happens, right here at AMF, where PBA stars roll, where the best in the world compete, where the biggest moments come to life. The same lanes, the same game, the same pursuit of perfect. No shortcuts, no excuses, just bowling done right. AMF, the home of the PBA, where the pros play.
We mentioned it was going to be historic, and we go back to 1993 and George Branham III, his victory in the 1993 Tournament of Champions. Branham III defeated Parker Bone III. He was the first African-American to win a PBA Tour title back in 1986 with the Brunswick Memorial World Open. He was the first African-American to win a major. The Hall of Famer Branham III started his career in great form. He won his first 8 TV Finals matches. He won 5 PBA titles and 1 major. And now we have Alex Horton, the 22-year-old African-American bowler who could do it as well. Win the Tournament of Champions. And what an unbelievable road it has already been as we look between the arrows. Both two-handed bowlers. Again, 11 years. The age difference between the 2 years pro, you see that's quite a difference. Both are looking for their first major. One will be able to change those numbers today. Let's hear from the #1 seed as he introduces himself.
Zach Wilkins here. You guys saw me win my first ever national title last week at the Ross Holman Doubles. Today, I look forward to competing for my first ever singles title at the TOC Major Championship.
And the #1 seed has decided that he will bowl first on the left lane.
Zach, PBA champion, looking to call himself a major champion. First shot.
And he'll strike on the left lane to start things off. Last week at Bayside, he said, I was fueling off of the crowd and their raucousness. He said, I don't know if we're going to get that same energy here, but I'd love it.
He's going to give it his best shot, that's for sure. And Alex, what an incredible story this guy has gone through. I mean,
journey.
You have to be a champion to get into this tournament. You can be a regional champion. He qualified through the PTQ. That's where the regional players are. So he had to bowl a tournament just to get in here. Now made it to the show. Now made it to the title match. Looking to claim a major championship.
Just a crazy road as he strikes on the right lane to start. You think about that, the PTQ, that's a qualifying event just to make the main event. He had to be in the top 12 of that. He was able to do it. And now, as the #2 seed, he is going up against Zach Wilkins for this title.
I love the profile here of Alex Horton. Very simple game. It doesn't look like a lot of things can go wrong. And Alex looking to become one of the rookies that we've seen, the 4th rookie, as we see the list here. But has to deal with the hot hand, Zach Wilkins, looking to start with a double.
He does it. Okay, I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm not jinxing anyone, okay? But I'm just going to throw it out there. 2 of the 3 rookies that won both 299 or better. Okay, I'm just going to throw it out there.
I don't know what you're saying, but okay.
Okay. Zach Wilkins. This young man has worked so diligently to get to this point.
So we see Zach starting with the black pearl urethane. Actually, I think he looked at Alex Horton's strategy and said, hey, I'm going to try to do the same thing he's doing because he has a great look.
Got a lay.
Really high on the head pin, and he's going to leave 3-6.
Just a miss in for Zach here. Didn't quite project the ball to the right enough. And I think that's just a little nerves or just not having great feel. Remember, he's been sitting. Alex hasn't. He just got to get settled in, looking to pick the 3-6 and stay clean, and he does.
Head back over to that left lane. 42 games. His match play was 15-8-1. Again, 24 match play games to get him to the #1 seed.
And so consistent all week. Was in the show from block 1 of qualifying and never fell out.
And he strikes on the left again.
Better shot, much better shot.
Great shot here. Great rebound shot for Zach. Throwing a much better shot on this left lane. And you heard it from him. And again, I don't care who you are. Those first 2 shots out the gate on TV are tough. He left with minimal trouble. But Alex here, working on a double, looking to continue his lead here in the 3rd.
Strikes again.
Rick, the kid looks to be comfortable. And again, we've seen this all year. These rookies, they get into these huge moments and then just execute like they've been doing it forever. Great shot here. Gets the ball to Reed. That means he put great touch on it. Ball goes through the pins perfectly. Alex has to have a ton of confidence starting this championship match.
Saw his dad, Charles, there in between Wes Malott and Parker Bone III, watching on, a very proud pop-up. Go. And the front 4.
Wow, great execution out of Alex. He's starting to get his legs under him. He's starting to get great feel. As you can see, that ball picking up with more conviction. That just means he's getting comfortable in the lanes. Zach knows he has a handful here. Needs to strike in the 4th here that just keep up with Alex, maintain pace.
In the 2 matches that they went up against each other, they split. Zach won one, Alex won the other, and light in the pocket there. And he's going to lead to 2-4-5-8.
Jesus. And this is the tighter lane all day. This is a better shot from Zach. Just doesn't quite pick up the way he was hoping it would. And again, this is just Alex having a better feel, a better touch. The moves are so minuscule. Zach just hasn't quite figured it out.
Had this twice in qualifying, picked it up once, and now he has left the 5-pin here as well. And an open frame now for Zach Wilkins.
Yeah, so close to picking this one up. Basically almost textbook, just coming a little high there, chopping it, leaving the 5. And again, Zach, his game plan was to get in and hook it, and throw reactive. But now you see him throwing urethane. He had to completely change his game plan because he watched Andrew try to hook it, didn't work. He's opting to go with the urethane. These are the changes you have to make on the fly.
And he strikes on the left. We saw the statistic there of the #1 seeds and how they have done this year, 2-6. So it's not been good to be the #1 seed in 2026. And now Alex continuing on. He's got the front four. You see his best career major finish, 49th at the Masters. And he's going to leave the 8-pin.
He's smirking a little bit after that. I mean, he knows how good of a shot that was. As you can see, this is basically picture perfect. Alex executed exactly how he wanted to, and this is the worst break in bowling. I mean, there's no moving, there's no adjusting off that. That's just taking that one on the chin and moving on.
Yeah, you saw that smirk. You mentioned it. He knew he threw it as well as he could. It just didn't bounce the right way. He picked up the 8-pin all week long. He does it here. And he stays in front of Zach Wilkins. A reminder, after today's events, we have the Tournament of Champions post-game show presented by AMF. It's at PBA Tour on your favorite social platforms. We will hear from Alex Horton, Zach Wilkins. Which one will be the Tournament of Champions champion? And the 10-pin stays up.
Okay, a little opening here for Zach, and we're in a major championship title match. Alex, a great spare shooter, but man, every shot gets a little harder and harder. He executed this one well, came off the spot great, just 6 wraps right around the 10. Now this spare, is obviously important, but very difficult under the circumstance.
Missed it 3 times during the week. And isn't going to miss it here. Still with the advantage, 268 to 248. As we will continue on this entire match. Wilkins stepping up to throw in the 6.
Wilkins sees Alex is in a rhythm. And this, if you want to win a major championship, you have to flip it around right now in the 6, working on a strike, start cutting into that Alex Horton lead.
And the messenger just slides by the 10.
For that.
Come on, messenger. Zach gets this one to pick up just a little bit more, gets it into the pocket, thought he was going to get the love. It touches it and doesn't fall. I mean, bowling is a game of breaks, and Zach not getting one there.
Good and bad. And Zach doesn't get the break, but he does get the spare.
Those got to connect.
And so, as we look at the scoreboard, Alex Horton with the advantage. Their max scores separated by 40 pins right now. Perfect strike there for Zach Wilkins.
Half right.
You hear him conversating with his ball rep there, talking about a half right. So he's going to try to move a little bit right, catch a little bit more friction, and hope the ball just enters the pins a little bit better to try to carry.
And when he says half a board?
Half a board.
So we're talking half an inch.
Right. Yes.
That's how precise these bowlers are rolling today as Alex Horton steps up in the 7th. He'll strike. The advantage stays, and Alex Horton has called for a re-rack.
And savvy out of the rookie there, taking his time. He knows that this shot is huge. He has the lead on Zach. And what a performance this kid is putting on his first telecast. Great shot here, getting the hit.
His second game in his first telecast. We've mentioned all year, because we've had so many rookies that have been involved in our shows, how you got to get your legs underneath you and how things go so fast. It really looks like Alex Horton is so composed and just confident with every time he steps up on the lane. Light in the pocket there. And the 2.58 stays up for Alex Horton.
And this championship match is far from over. Alex just getting a little aggressive here, a little fast. Ball doesn't quite pick up, leaving the 2.58. This is an extremely difficult spare. He's going to elect to maybe move his feet a couple right and hook his urethane ball into it. But you have to get the angle just right. You can miss it light or you can chop it.
Trying to hit right in between the 2 and the 5.
And that's what can happen right there.
So an open frame for Alex Horton. Does that open the door for Zach Wilkins?
And this is the tricky part about this spare. It takes such precision. You can miss it just by a little bit.
Yeah, an inch.
Yeah, and now Zach, the door is swung open for him. We talked about his adjustment he was going to make, moving a little right. He's getting closer on this right lane and knows this is a must-strike situation so he can call himself a major champion.
8th frame.
Do the right thing. God. Why did I choose this lane? Golly, man, come on. Really, one lane? The good lane's gonna get me?
And he committed to it, Rick. Threw a good shot, did what he wanted to, but again, it's about having the right strategy. Close, yeah. I mean,
he picks it up, though.
I mean, this match is far from over. That was a must spare right there. But again, he thought the right lane was going to be the better lane. Again, that's the one causing him problems. You see 0 out of 4 strikes on that right lane, which has been typically the easy lane today. Left lane 4 for 4, but that's how bowling goes. Now, 9th frame, his good lane has to take care of business right now to stay in this match.
Yeah, he's got to strike here to put the pressure back on Alex Horton. He needed it and he got it.
Oh, that's so annoying. One lane's just going to get me.
Foundation lane for Zach Wilkins. And a huge exhale there. But he knows that he's still got the 10th. But now he's going to find out if he even has a chance.
Alex, I mean, this is where dreams are made of here. Just needs to really stay clean through these 9th and 10th frames.
And the 7 is going to stay up.
Every shot for Alex is getting a little harder and harder. Once you get close to that finish line, the pressure starts rising. He's been cool all day, but he knows in the back of his mind what is at stake. This is going to be the hardest 7-pin he's ever shot in his life.
For Alex, he was 7 for 7 in qualifying and match play on picking up the 7. And he picks it up here and takes the spare into the 10. Now, will he close the door on Zach Wilkins? All he needs to do is mark. And as quickly as I say that, we've seen that it's not a guarantee.
Absolutely not.
Under control, baby.
A strike here. And Alex Horton is the Tournament of Champions champion. He does it! He's done it! The 4th rookie of the year to win on the PBA Tour. Alex Horton, the 2026 Tournament of Champions winner. What a pressure situation for this young man. You talked about it. You mentioned it. The path he has taken. This is an unbelievable journey for Alex Horton to go from the PTQ, having to qualify just to get into the event, and then the #2 seed is going to take down the #1 seed, and he has done it. Alex Horton is a Tournament of Champions champion. His dad, Charles, right there.
And that's the best moment there, Rick, to be able to embrace your dad who has supported you your whole bowling career in this huge moment. Unbelievable for Alex.
Alex had his dad here. He had Sarah and Wes Malott here as Zach finishes up. Also his friend Jaden came to support him. And now he is a major winner. And what do you do when you're a rookie and you're a major winner? You don't know what to do.
No, you never done it.
Do I get the trophy? Does somebody present me the trophy? What a season it has already been, and it's not over. It started off with Brandon Bonta, Spencer Robarge, Austin Grammer, and now Alex Horton. What a season this has been. And another rookie, a record-setting year in the PBA Tour. A rookie has won again. And now let's go down for the trophy presentation with the commissioner of the PBA in Tom Clark is Taryn.
All right, Tom, I believe you have a pretty nice trophy here to give to our guy, Alex. I'll hand the mic over to you as you do that.
Thank you very much, Taryn. Alex, awesome. Amazing performance and accomplishment. Been fun watching you grow up, and you did it, man. You're making history. This is a pretty famous trophy right here on famous Riviera Lanes. It's all yours. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Alex, I talked to you before your first match. You said I'm pretty nervous, and then as you went up for the 10th frame, I believe I heard you say you're in control. What was it like to control this all the way to a trophy, the winner of the Tournament of Champions of all competitions?
Yeah, I mean, you can only dream of a moment like this. All the hard work and dedication that I put in to be able to put myself in a situation like this finally paid off right there in that 10th frame.
At what point did you feel like, oh my gosh, I might have this?
Right after I struck there in the 10th frame, to be honest. Yeah, that pretty much right then, yeah.
And then finally, I saw you get a little bit emotional. You went to go hug your dad. You have so many supporters here today. What was it like to look around and see so many friendly faces that I'm sure were here giving you so much support and confidence throughout? Yeah,
it means so much to be able to have a great group of friends that traveled to come support me and watch me win this first title. It's amazing.
Well, Alex, you are the 2026 Tournament of Champions champion. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
And the hardware, yeah, a big kiss there for the trophy. Well, we're going to pass the baton off to CBS Sports in 2 weeks with World Series of Bowling. That's beginning on Saturday, May 9th. That's 20 hours of coverage over 4 days live on CBS Sports Network. Coverage each day will also include 4 events on the PBA Tour. Well, it has been an absolute honor to get to know and work alongside some of the best the bowling world has ever seen. For Kyle Sherman, Chris Barnes, Taryn Hatcher, and our entire CW crew, I'm Rick Ellis. So long from Fairlawn, Ohio. You've been watching the PBA on the CW. The PBA on the CW will return next season, and maybe we'll be watching Alex Horton win again. Congratulations, TOC champion.